Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is going to be a very interesting one. See, it's interesting because triggers. I am going to be talking about the lessons I learned healing from relationship and breakups. Stay tuned. So yeah, I'm reading down a few lessons that I had learned. I'm trying to make it five. Yeah, five lessons that I learned healing from relationship and breakups. I'm fucking shy. But anyway, so I think my first lesson will be that healing from relationship and breakups taught me that I did not like myself. I don't know what that means to you, yeah. But for me, when I sat back to reevaluate everything, see my journals have all these entries that I did at that point. It was I did not like myself, and that was a hard truth I had to face. That Cindy, doing this, it shows that you really don't like yourself. If we're being honest, you don't really understand. So, okay, how did I come to the conclusion that I didn't like myself? I'll say that reevaluating most of the choices that I made. Yeah, it's not even just about maybe the people I had dated, yeah, or I had been in a relationship with. It was even the things that I was allowing, the ways I wasn't being my real self, yeah, in those relationships. It was those things, all of it. It was things I was accepting, things that I was thinking in my head. A lot of it showed me that you do not like yourself. And I know that I'm going to maybe include my biggest regrets out of like at least I always say that I don't have regrets, yeah, about different things. You watch my video, I said I don't have regrets. But I think I have just that one. But then that has taught me to learn a lot about myself. Now I did not like myself. Really. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't just about the person I dated. It was the things I was allowing, things I was saying. No, like I don't know. I won't say that we all have the same upbringing. But at some point, I used to tell maybe people that I'll also talk about this in another video, but people that I was dating that you know what, it's okay for you to mess around with other people, it's fine. And do you know the origin of that nonsense? Because it's nonsense. Is this idea or this thing they've told us that no matter what, men will cheat. Is this idea in our heads that they always used to tell us that men will cheat, that regardless of what you do, that kind of thing. And then I think that we say that to ourselves to maybe console ourselves, to console ourselves that okay, let's put it in our consciousness that he's going to cheat, thinking that maybe that's going to make it less painful. It's not there, and it's a very, very silly thought process. So that was one of my lessons. I didn't like myself, especially the things that were going on in my head. Whew, it was a lot. Then even from like the first person I had ever liked. Okay, not ever liked. Okay, but let's say the first person in high school that I liked, in secondary school that I liked. See, that person was so mean to me, and I was taking it. How? See, there's so many fucked up shit that we as girls were told, and we literally believed rubbish. Why would somebody being mean to me mean that they liked me? That's fucked up. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to talk more about this one another because this one's about lessons. So, yeah, there are so many things that happen right from the first person that I ever liked to your very first. No difference. It was still the same weird, um, unhealthy love patterns that I sat down one day and I think yeah, going through depression showed me that I didn't like myself. And that was one of the things that was very clear to me then because if you don't like yourself, you are going to make choices or do things that are in line with people that do not like themselves. And that's true. If you don't like yourself, if you don't like yourself, you're going to do things that you do to people that you don't like. Now, for me, I don't do anything, but when you don't like something, you are going to make the worst choices. You're going to hang around the wrongest people. You're going to welcome the most you're going to welcome mean, uh, unhealthy friendships and relationships into your life. You're going to keep trying to twist and turn into things you're not just for you to be liked. And that's one thing about like not liking yourself. Not liking yourself will lead you to seeking external validation. And that's what I was doing. I wanted people to like me for me to like myself. So in every relationship, if someone should like me, it gave me the validation that in those relationships rather, it gave me this is like the reflections I had later, like going through depression. Not those moments, oh, because for me, my journey was that I kept going from one relationship into another, not healing, just carrying the trauma and be moving from one relationship to another. And that was just pain, pain throughout, pain hidden under anger or being a victim. It's just a lot of pain and sadness inside. And this is can also be rooted down to your upbringing, if we are being honest, how we learn to. Someone said something, one of the, is Jay Shetty, he said it that, I think he learned it from somebody that one of the biggest lessons or the biggest choices you ever make in your life is who you choose to give love to and who you receive love to. And this helped me reflect deeper. The love you received from your like your surrounding or your parents when you were growing up, how did that feel? If it's toxic, you are going to lean towards a lot of toxic relationship and like relationship with people or behaviors. And until you heal, you keep going, you keep doing that, you keep leaning towards that way. And for me, like healing, this healing process had made me reflect. For this I started not I knew that I didn't this whole realization came maybe like in 2020, 2019. During that time I was going through depression. That's when I really came to the idea that yo, you don't like yourself. And that was also one of the reasons that I got into depression, because not that I just didn't know myself, I did not like myself. But like it's been a healing like process, yeah, so far, because you go into deeper layers, because there are deeper layers. There's surface one, and then when you go into, you still see that there are certain areas in your life that you are still making those same unhealthy choices. So I'm filming outside in case I told you about my very night. I'm going to show the view. Yes, I'm going to show the view, but I'm filming outside in case it gets noisy and I don't have a mic. So please bear with me. So my second point or my second lesson was that my definition for love was pain. I don't know if it might sound weird to you or any other person, but I think that I was modeling the kind of love or relationships I saw when I was growing up. I was modeling the relationship of my parents, my aunties, people, uncles, people that I saw growing up. And what I saw was pain that people always needed to earn love. Yeah. Even the relationship with a lot of people, the relationship with your parents, people say parents love you unconditionally. That's not true. If we're being honest, a lot of times, a lot of scenarios, it's not true. There's a lot of conditional love. You need to do this to earn their love, validation, or approval. So, and I'll see like women, this is women from my perspective. I'm not saying that for men, maybe men didn't see that. But for me, as a woman, I'm seeing love, yeah. And I thought that these were like ideal examples of what love should feel like. And this is why maybe when people were mean to me, like the first person I liked, when like he was mean to me in that instance, it felt like that's okay. Yeah, it felt okay for it to happen. It felt okay for someone to like say shut up, like when you're talking in the midst of people and all your friends are there and he just says shut up to you. Abusive relationship felt okay to me because I had seen that, okay, maybe this is the ideal. I had this perception of, oh, this person loved him so much. That's how I want to love somebody. But it took healing, getting to know myself, getting through depression to actually help me waking up, basically, to actually show me that this is unhealthy. This is not like, for me, I didn't mind. I didn't care about the kind of love like that was like I didn't know any other kind of love. And that is a very sad thing, but it's true. I thought that this is how I wanted to love somebody. But as a child, I was only seeing love, but there were also some other things I wasn't seeing, which I saw as an adult. Do you get? As an adult, like as a child, I saw that, okay, this woman stayed with him regardless of everything, regardless of cheating or even just an unhealthy relationship environment. She stayed with him, like this is true love. That's a fucking lie. I mean, that's what I thought as a child. But as an adult, I could see not just love. I didn't even see love anymore. I saw pain, I saw fear, I saw heartbreak, I saw bitterness, a lot of long term heartbreaks. If I look at most of the people or their relationship, I see how this dysfunctional that is. English don't kill me. But like I saw like how dysfunctional a lot of their relationship was. And this wouldn't have happened if I didn't choose to wake up or didn't choose healing or just letting life happen to me and being a student and learn. And I thought that was like the ideal relationship I wanted. I wanted to love someone. And you know how they do it in movies, especially in especially Nollywood. So that's it. The Nollywood, yeah, Nollywood is Nigeria, yeah. Especially Nollywood, Bollywood movies, they stay when their partner treats them so bad, only for you one day. That's why I'm being dramatic. Only for why am I apologizing for being dramatic? Oh God. But wait, only for him to come back one day he has changed. Or the war room examples, you pray yourself out. In fact, you pray to whoever you are worshiping for one day he can magically change or regret his choices and see you and validate you. That was what I thought that was real love. Only to heal and be like, fuck no, I want nothing to do with that shit. That's not okay. I don't want to ever be spoken to that way. So like I think even like I see so many things. I wish I'm not wishing for a different if I didn't go through all that process, I wouldn't be here right now. But I wish that a lot of people get to experience more healthy love so that they won't stay in relationships that they are dying or they are losing who they are just to keep a relationship together. And that sucks. So my third lesson or what I learned from healing is that I was scared of being alone. That's true. And you know what's funny? Always like I had it was during the time I made a post with programming I function alone. Best of all, if it's about living by myself, yeah, I can do that. You get? I love my own. Like I, as a child, yeah, I found peace living alone. There was a period where I always used to be alone, no parents in the house, nothing. I just at home being myself, and I found peace. But then I found out that this there's something that they do to girls, or there's a way they condition girls to believe that without a relationship, they are incomplete, or they are lonely, they are sad, which is very untrue. Very untrue. It is false. That is very false. And a lot of girls have already put this in their subconscious. So whenever you get into a relationship, you always want to hold them like your life depends on it. You keep betraying yourself. When I mean betraying yourself, I mean that you keep accepting things that you won't accept on a normal day because you want to people please. Yes, you want to people please. You want to be okay to avoid friction or to avoid the fights. Let's put it that way. To avoid maybe misunderstanding or just fighting or a breakup, basically. because you're scared of being alone, you're scared of losing this person that now validates you or feel like you're all alone. So that was something I learned. I was scared of being alone. And I don't know, like, healing has shown me that, you know what, regardless, I'm fine. But I think this happens when, because we've learned love, we've learned attachment as love. Some of the things we do, we think it's love. Attachment is attachment. Attachment is not love. Yeah, love allows for space for you to go, for things to change. Like even when you and somebody are not working anymore, yeah, it's okay for you to let them go. It's okay. It doesn't have to be a toxic end or like a fight or a negative thing before a relationship ends. That's what like healing has taught me. It showed me that I was scared of being alone and I had to heal and understand why that fear was coming up for me. And that had me like had to go to the root. I went deep to my inner child, which had a lot to do with growing up, yeah, understood that I dealt with a lot of abandonment issues, yeah, especially from my parents. You see, there's something that this same Jay Shetty said on his podcast about the way you were loved as a child or not loved will influence your relationship as an adult. I think that is one of the things that I learned. Yes, I had to heal from and find enoughness in myself and not be scared about being alone or not having anybody in my life or just not even being in love with somebody, because this caused me to jump from one relationship to another. I didn't give myself space to just be by myself. I did not. Even if it wasn't a relationship, was it even if it wasn't a relationship, they have a word for it now, friends with benefits, situationship. Yeah, it could be that or a relationship, but it is that. There was never a time I had space by myself. So even now, I'm grateful that I have space for myself to just be by myself. But even yeah, there's even a saying that healing doesn't only happen when it's isolated. Yeah, sometimes you even need other people. So even as you're in a relationship, I don't think healing is just when you're solo by yourself. But even as maybe you enter into a new relationship, your healing continues. You keep growing, you keep changing. And that's it. Yeah. So my first lesson, yeah. I learned about what my inner child was yearning. Like I said in the previous lesson, I dealt with a lot of abandonment issues. And I think choosing to heal choosing to heal is you facing yourself, hard truths. And I had to listen to what my like the patterns, what was coming up, and the truth or the realization I was having was that it was my inner child. You see, those things I did not get from my parents, them showing up for me. I realized that I was expecting partners or people that I like to show up for me, but it's not their job to do that. I show up for myself now, but I feel as a child I needed that. I was talking to a friend the other day about, well, I was explaining like maybe an instance in school that we used to have this tea party in school, yeah, where parents come. And I always used to sit in the class because it's like you sit on this side, the students sit on this side, the pupils sit on this side, and the parents are on the other side. And there's a teacher, which is the host during the tea party. And I'll look into there, and there's nobody there for me. And that used to break my heart a lot. Hold on. I still get emotional about it if I'm being honest, but it's not that it still hurts. It's just when you talk about it, it's like you go back to that place, yeah. So I was telling her that I used to go there and there's nobody there for me. So I always felt alone. I always felt abandoned by a lot of things. A lot. And see, I know people say parents are busy. mm, let's be clear, yeah? We don't all have the same parents, yeah? We also don't, all our parents don't work in 9 to 5, yeah? Okay? So let's put that out. So I understood that why I would have been upset as a child, because I knew if they wanted to, they would have. So I found myself seeking that in relationships. I did. Even I think maybe a little bit recently. And then I was telling myself like I was because I normally I do have I journal and I do have conversations with myself. I'm like, babe, I'm here. Do you get it? And this is nobody's job to do for you. Do you get? I am who I needed when I was growing up. So it's okay if nobody shows up for you. It doesn't all like in that way. It doesn't mean that you're not worth it or you're not good enough. There are already people that will show up for you in different ways, and that's the truth. So for me, it's learning. I stopped expecting that because I movies will give you ideas. Trust me. Which movie? I can't even think of a movie right now, but maybe there's a movie that maybe he just randomly shows up and stuff. But I had to tell myself, you know what? Mm-mm, you can't be expecting this from people. That's having expectations. You're always going to get your heart broken. You need to let go of that hurtful experience, forgive yourself. Just reach the part of compassion. For me, compassion is not that it didn't happen or maybe what you're feeling is not valid. It's not necessary or important. It's like understand that people are doing the best that they can, regardless. Yeah. And it's okay. But that has nothing to do with you. Compassion is also showing others, but also showing yourself. That's their whatever, because people have things that they are going through inside. You will never know. And maybe my parents had their own reasons of why they couldn't show up. That's okay, but that has also given me like a lesson that I don't want my child or my kids, if I decide to ever have, to ever feel that way. Do you get? And it's okay because it brings a lot of healing and awareness for me as a person. And these are even kind of conversations that would be very good to have like with parents when like me and my parents having it now that I'm older, where we talk things out because to be honest, they had less information than we do now. Yes, that's one of my lessons. Oh, my fifth and final lesson, it will be on learning manipulative ways of showing love, manipulative and unhealthy ways of showing love. That will be my fifth and final lesson. Like I mentioned, maybe the things I saw as love as a child when I was growing up were very unhealthy. And for a lot of people, we are not taught like love is love, yeah, but we are taught attachment, we are taught control, we are taught manipulations of ways to get the so-called love from people. But what we're actually getting is not actual love. It's a lot of guilt tripping or manipulate like response to manipulation that I'll say that we have been experiencing. And for me, yeah, it took me till today, yeah, what I'm so grateful that my subconscious does is it knows how to check me very well. My subconscious, she can check me. She's like, this is manipulation, right? Even you expecting people to show up for you, yeah, it's not their job, first of all, to make you feel like you're enough, yeah. And then you still expecting these things is and then trying to guilt people to feel guilty about not doing those things is manipulation. So I feel like that's one of the things that I am unlearning. Things that we practice, even the things that Nigerian parents do, they use guilt to get you to do things for them. To yeah, that is unhealthy. Why? See me at a point, I got to the point, I started asking myself that why can't people just be honest about what they want? Yeah, why do you have to go through the control means through manipulation to get love anyway to me. But I'll say that yeah, biggest regrets. My maybe my biggest regret will be that I wish that I gave myself time after each relationship. I wish I knew healthier ways to get over a breakup. Yeah. We're not taught that. We don't have a healthy see in Nigeria because I grew up in Nigeria, especially in my house or my culture, we don't have a healthy response or a healthy attitude towards relationships. we don't have anybody to talk to. And I'm sure that the people that we think that, like our parents, that right now would like to talk to, they also didn't have anyone to talk to. Because there's this thing my mom used to say then that, oh, male and female can be friends. And I think it's bullshit. I think that's one of the reasons why unhealthy relationships keeps happening, or abuse, let me even say it, like abusive relationship keeps occurring because of the weird attitude towards it. How are you allowing somebody marry your family or marry into your family and you never met them till the day they want to ask for their hand in marriage? It's weird. It's like the whole African thing, like they say that African parents don't want you to have a boyfriend, they expect you to get a husband. How is that supposed to happen? Why are you comfortable marrying or allowing your daughter marry into a family that you don't know? Because you don't know them. Regardless, we even look at, I think that we even have like the most, yeah, we have a very weird behavior when it comes to relationship. We look at the most unnecessary things about a person when it comes to relationship or love. Is either this one is looking at your silly as body count, or looking at how well you can cook or clean, or what he does. Because I'm just saying based on their rubbish gender roles, it's rubbish. Looking at how much somebody makes or what he does for a living. That's why can't look at everybody. That's why everything is fucked up like this. Like, I mean, for me, there are some things that I feel this is just me. Talking as a person, I feel like should count more than these things that will change or fade. Do you get, like people will change, you will grow older. Maybe someone might lose his job, lose money. How does that guarantee that person to be a good person, like in their core? We look at the most foolish things, we look at the most silly things in a person to determine them as a good partner. I mean, they are coming from different times, yeah. But we are in different times now. I think that the whole idea whereby the only thing that keeps changing is maybe our bodies or how we look, or even technology like our economy and all that. But then your mindset is not changing. You are not thinking. It's crazy. But anyway, so those are my lessons that I have learned from healing, from relationships and heartbreaks. See, heartbreak, healing from heartbreak is hard. I think that's the next video I'm going to do. So I'm going to put it out next. How to heal from a breakup. See, the truth is, I'm going to share with things that I'm like things that I would have done instead of jumping from one relationship to another. I would have, and that you can only, like, you'll be able to understand that if you have a strong sense of self. I mean, as you're older now, I think, see, to me, like, this is the best time of my life, if I'm being honest. I'm very comfortable in myself. I like myself. I trust myself. So, like, I'm living my best life so far compared to what I was living maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, let's say 10 years ago. Compared to that, this is like my best life right now because of a lot of trust I have with myself. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do more videos. But if you've been watching my videos, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share so that other people can see it. Maybe somebody can learn from my lessons too and don't have to traumatize themselves before they learn, because that's what I did. I literally kept jumping from one relationship to another, traumatizing myself, just flowing with the pain, passing on the pain, and it's fucked up. But anyway, I'm grateful. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Enjoy your moments. Bye. Lesson will be that
yeah,
listen
I
to
had
what
written down some
in
points
my like
here,
the
patterns
relationship
of
maybe
coming up,
and
some of
breakup
the
and
things that
this topic is going to be a very interesting one. See, it's interesting because